Welcome back to the Flow Friday Sports Show here on Flow FM. Well, it's unfortunately been the overriding theme this week where we've had a whole bunch of cancellations in regional sport across multiple codes. Thankfully, in the Southern Ports tennis competition, we did get a glimmer of action, and our new Southern Ports tennis correspondent, Egan Regnier, joins us now to tell us how it all went. Egan, good to be back with you. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, Alice. How are you going?
Going all right, thank you, Egan. Now, unfortunately, we didn't go all right on Saturday with all the games that we had cancelled that we spent a good chunk of time previewing last week, but that's the nature of the game right now across so much of southeastern Australia. So much is the case that we are just praying when it comes to Saturday that the weather holds off. But unfortunately, some early calls made to see the majority of action not go ahead, Egan.
Yeah, a bit frustrating. We, the week before, three games got cancelled due to the rain that came late afternoon, and had the same weather Saturday morning, and we all had a discussion and decided, four matches decided to cancel a bit early in the morning when probably at the end of the day wasn't the right decision. But, we thought we'd cancel a bit early to give people their Saturdays to do what they would like to do.
I'll ask you this, Egan. Is there some sort of, value in looking at maybe, it sounds silly to say it because we're talking about a summer competition, but I don't know, I feel as though maybe hard courts might be the future. Is that me being a little bit extreme, or what do you make of that?
No, I don't really know. The weather policy, you never know, rain, I guess. And, with the weather policy, you're meant to rock up to your venue and sit there for an hour, even if it is raining, and make your decision. But I think the week before, everyone was a bit frustrated at driving around the countryside to go and not play any tennis. They didn't want that to happen again on the weekend, so they decided to call it a bit early. But, that's the way it is.
That's the thing, though, Egan. We're not, for perspective here, we're not talking about a metro town where people are driving 5-10 minutes up the road, other side of town, whatever. We're talking about people making some pretty long trips here for nothing in some instances. So, from your knowledge, is there no sort of way that we can mitigate these potential sort of La Nina weather events throughout our summers in the years to come? What do you reckon?
That's a very good question. I don't have an answer for you, to be honest. I don't really know how to answer that. It's just, it's obviously a summer sport, and you expect not to get much rain, and you just got to get dealt with what you get dealt with. So, I don't really have an answer. Sorry.
Oh, that's all right, mate. No worries. We'll press along. The only reason I ask, of course, is because, if we take cricket, for an example, you get a lot of associations across sort of the Riverina in New South Wales and the Mallee in Victoria, where they know that they're not entirely safe from rainfall during the summer months, so they endeavour to get really hard pitches that have good draining and are not so badly affected from torrential rain. So I just feel there's some sort of way that we've got to look at this in the future, but perhaps it all comes down to costings. Who knows? Let's talk about the game that did happen, though, Regan. So just bring us up to speed on the Lucindale Wombats v Narracourt. Always a game that people are going to look forward to because these are two such strong teams in this competition. So just unpack how that game got on for us.
It was actually first, second, that match, so it would have been a very good game to watch. I didn't realise that until on the weekend, but so they obviously were both very keen to play and try and get it ahead of one another, and it sort of came down the wire. The Wombats, they're undefeated at the moment, but they're just scraping their wins in every week. But that's all you need to do in our league is just keep winning, and they did that again, winning 13-11 over Narracourt. Narracourt didn't have their number one in Poppy Moore-Reid, which doesn't help with everyone pushing up a number for the week. But again, it was a tight match. There was some really tight mixed doubles getting played, tight singles, tight men's doubles. It was a bit of everything. But it came down to the last doubles of the day with the Lucendale team winning 9-2. So must have been a very tight day. A very tight game the whole day.
All right, well, we can only cross our fingers that tennis is going to return to the Limestone Coast tomorrow on Saturday. It should, of course, I'm sure. So let's take a look at some of these games that are going to happen. So Beachport are going to host the Lucendale Cockatoos. I don't think this will be an easy game for Lucendale, but I'm still tempted to tip them. So what are your thoughts on all that?
I agree with that. I don't think it would be a bit of a flip of a coin. I'd probably just lean towards the Cockatoos a bit more, knowing we've played both sides, and I thought the Cockatoos were probably a little bit stronger when we played them against Beachport. But I reckon it's going to be a flip of a coin, that game.
Now the Roe Roosters are heading to Kingston. This will be another close one. How do you think the game will go on this occasion?
It's going to be very tight. Kingston, with the one side this year, they're a bit stronger, which is good for them since they've been down the bottom a bit for the last couple of years. So I'm going to tip the Roosters, being a Rooster, but it's not going to be an easy day for us.
So is there any particular approach here? I mean, everyone's just got to play their game, obviously, but do you sort of juggle with the lineup a little bit, or is there anything you can do to make sure that you get over the line on this occasion?
No, not really. Just hope everyone plays the best tennis they can, and just get a result as best they can. I guess. I don't try and mess my team up to try and get more wins. I'll put it in order as how you should do it.
Got to trust the players in the team. That's the way to go. Now, your crosstown rivals, the Rebels, are hosting the Wombats. So, how do you sort of assess this one? I mean, obviously, you don't want your crosstown team that you go up against to get the win, but do you reckon the Wombats can get the job done?
Yes, I think the Wombats get the job done. We got a little rivalry with the Robe team, so I don't really look like the Rebels win too many games more than us. But I think Wombats, they're undefeated, so you just got to keep tipping them on form. But on hard court down a Robe, you don't know either. So I think Wombats will win, but maybe only just again like every other week. All
right, the last game we've got to talk about is Penola hosting the Koalas. I mean, on paper, Egan, I think the Penola side may well be in for a long day again, but they're going to have to pick it up eventually. This might be the week they do it.
Yeah, you never know. Again, of what I saw of the Penola team today on the weekend, they had a completely different team into the week before. So they must have a few tennis players around Penola, so you just don't know what they're going to bring. They'll get a win eventually, I'm sure of it. So it might be this week, it might be next week, but I'll probably go with the Koalas.
That's Egan Regnier, the Southern Ports Tennis Association correspondent here on the Flow Friday Sports Show. Good to talk about all the upcoming action with you, Egan, and we look forward to speaking to you again next week. Good luck with your game on the weekend and all the best.
All right, thank you very much for having me.
Well, coming up next here on the Flow Friday Sports Show, it's the Bruce Wayne combo. They're going to be chatting all about the latest developments as far as player movements go in country football. That's coming your way next here on the Flow Friday Sports Show. Don't go anywhere.